Hey, this is Sri Vishwanath here, and for those who don't know me, I help people attain self-realization the fastest possible time in less than 90 days, but not the way you think. And for those of you who want to work closely one-on-one with me, you can go to wishclass.com, V as in victory, I as in India, S as in sugar, H as in honey, CLASS.com, and check out the details. All right, so clients come to me for various reasons, for attaining self-realization, deeper spiritual experiences, destroying blocks in money, health, relationships. And one of their main challenges is where they get stuck up is family problems. Somewhere between spouses or father child or father son, father daughter, or between relatives or whatever it is, family problems. So they go to various teachers, they listen to all these sweet lectures from the various spiritual gurus, and they feed everything out. Then they go to do various rituals, mantras, but none of their problems, they're not able to just figure it out. So solution to that is a beautiful 3-step formula, which I'm going to reveal it to you. But before I do that, for those of you who want to work one-on-one with me, you can go to wishclass.com, V as in victory, I as in India, S as in sugar, H as in honey, CLASS.com. Check out the detail. All right, so what is the most effective way to deal with complex family problems? So here's the thing. The first thing you got to realize is that most of the spiritual teachers, in fact, not most, all of they do not have a family. Whether you like it or not, that's the reality. Which is why Krishna's teaching in the Bhagavad Gita is the most powerful. Now, the reason I am prefacing this context is because you got to realize, now when I am standing here, I may feel for someone who is not eaten, but I am not thinking about them throughout. In the same way, the spiritual teachers who are away from the family life, they don't even think for 2 minutes the problems which you and I are going through. I want you to register this. You may like everything what they're saying, but they don't have context to help you. If you look at Bhagavad Gita, Krishna had context. This is Arjun was not ready to fight. You take all of the spiritual teaching, there's no context there. It's just teaching. But here, Arjun says, I will not fight. Just like thou said, okay, I can't do that. So it's very, very important that you have to know which source and how to deal with this big problem of family. So the first thing here is that you should accept pain. This is step one. It's a 3-step formula. So listen to me clearly because this is very, very powerful. Accept pain. So if there's anyone on the call, write that down, accept pain. What do I mean by accept pain? Something happens, let's say between 2 spouses or between father and son or father and daughter, or between 2 relatives, you've got all these issues. Accepting pain means you accept pain completely. That means knowing that pain cannot produce suffering. See, you should not look at it as suffering. You should look at it as pain. Anything that is happening to you in your daily life is pain, something internal, some problems. All is pain. Pain cannot produce suffering. Can someone write that down? Pain cannot produce suffering. So you have to know this completely. It's a knowing. If you don't do this step one, you are dead. You are dead. None of the teachings will work. And to do this, you got to take the help of prayer and songs. They say, Rama Krishna Sharanam, Rama Krishna Sharanam, Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye. So you have to take the help of prayer. But you have to accept pain. Pain, what that means is pain cannot produce suffering. Whatever you are going through, it cannot produce suffering. If you think it's suffering, you are dead. So you have to get this first part right, accept pain. And when you do that fully, you go to second step, which is reject suffering. Yes, pain cannot produce suffering. Yes, and thanks. This is so powerful because it's like you're brainwashing your intellect. The moment you think this is suffering, then you will, what is suffering? Because step 2 is reject suffering. Why suffering? Suffering means you bring into your mind the other person. Oh, that person did this, that's why it happened. She said that. So you then say, oh, this is how that person should behave. See, the moment you begin that conversation in your head, you are dead. Which is why you have to accept pain. So step 2 is reject suffering. Because if you don't reject suffering, it will be a terrible ignorance. Because all suffering is the internal dialogue of bringing a person and saying, this is how he should behave, this is how she should behave, that is what should have happened, this is, you should not have done this, this is what you should have. You should accept pain completely. That is why a song is needed. Your spiritual gurus can't teach you that. They don't have family. I mean, look into my eyes. They don't have. Don't be fooled. I just got off from a call from one of the guys who was listening to some satsang and all. Satsang and all can't do this thing. You are burning. You got to learn this. This is the, you got to get very good in that. Yes. Accept pain. Pain cannot produce suffering. Like karma can only produce pain. Karma cannot produce pain. And then reject the suffering. These are the exact words you used. Accept pain, reject suffering. It's a knowing. And then the third, and before I go to the third, for those of you who want to work one-on-one with me, you can go to wishclass.com, V as in victory, I as in India, S as in sugar, H as in honey, CLASS.com, and check out the details. This is a monster, this family problem. If you get this out of the way, or at least if you don't get it out of the way, if you are able to 75% do good in that, you'll get benefit in every aspect. Because realize in all other things, we can say in office or anything, or get out, you can throw away everyone, but can you throw your own son or daughter? Can you throw your own spouse? Well, some people do it. Can you do that? No one is telling you all that stuff. So this is very important. You got to get really good in that. And that is why Krishna's teaching is so beautiful, okay? Accept pain, reject suffering. And the third is the real thing. Introduce renunciation. So can anyone write that down, please? Introduce renunciation. What is renunciation? That means you're accepting the pain, rejecting the suffering, but because this day-to-day same things happening, you introduce renunciation. Renunciation means you offer that pain and you ask Krishna or whatever deity, Ram or God, whatever, you ask him, what should I do? Just you talk to him, you're not talking to your head and introducing the second person saying this, they should be, that should be. You're talking to God here, to God, to your deity. Because when you do the first step right and the second step, God will start speaking to you, your soul, even in the form of a deity, Krishna, Ram. This is no joke, yes. Accept pain, reject suffering. And the third is introduce renunciation. So you talk to God, to Krishna, to Ram, to your favorite devotee, to Shiva, or whatever it is, to the goddess. Talk. But you'll be able to talk only when you do the first two. Or attempt. I'm not saying do it means you become a master of it. Attempt. Accept pain. 2 words. Reject suffering. Pain cannot produce suffering. So that accept pain. This is pain. This is pain. This is pain. Accept pain. And do it through beautiful songs. Then reject suffering. Introduce renunciation. See, in this area of your life, family plan, none of your tactics and strategies will work. None. You either have to cut off the relationship or you have to live with it. So most people cannot cut off. So don't try to fake it. None of your strategies will work, which is why God is teaching you to introduce renunciation. Do you get that? This is so powerful. Can someone write that down? Introduce renunciation. That means you talk to God about your thing and he will tell you what to do. And you will realize when you do this step 1, 2, 3, 75% of your mind would be free. Because this is one area which if you don't correct, no matter what you listen, what you do, and it will all be like a big mess. So you should make an attempt. And what this will do is it will buy you time. Like you will get like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. So you will not be like every day, suffering. Yes, introduce renunciation. Very nice. It will buy you time. Because let's say if you want to have 6 months, you can see 6 months, 1 year. This will strengthen you. This is pain. This is pain. Accept pain. Because pain can last only for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Pain cannot produce suffering. And if you don't get that right, which is why you have to keep on saying, accept pain, reject suffering, and then do it through a song. That's why, and then introduce renunciation. That step is very important, where you completely give that to God and you talk to him and he will guide you through he will give you some insight. Okay, do this, or he'll give you the strength to practice 1 and 2. And it will be the most powerful thing. Accept pain, reject suffering, and introduce renunciation. You have to realize this, that this is the most, if you are very much into spirituality, this is an area where most people get into trouble and they get fooled as if all the spiritual teachers, they are not married. They may have good samskara, they may have got out of it, but none of them cares for you, understand? There may be 1 or 2 who may, but it's where most of the popular ones don't. Just like you don't care for someone dying today or someone dying of hunger. You may feel, but I'm not thinking day and night of someone who is not eating food. I feel for them, but I'm not thinking about them. There's a big difference. So I really can't help them here. Same way they can't help you here. You have to help yourself by getting really good in this. It's very powerful because you'll be so happy and this will set the way for great things to come. All right. Those of you who want to work closely one-on-one with me, you can go to wishclass.com. We as in victory, I as in India, S as in sugar, H as in honey, CLASS.com. Till next time, God bless you and goodbye.